Being a part of something so fascinating, so interesting, something that you've never ever been able to witness before. Sometimes being a part of something, just you you get yourself fully invested in it. Being a part of something, just super new and super fascinating and super spectacular. Where you're kind of like, I didn't know that's how it went. I didn't know this how things were about it. I didn't know that this would bring me the amount of joy that it's bringing me. Being a part of something new that is just natural. It's of the earth. It's of the world. It's something that has just always been here. But I've been introduced to something new that really put a lot in me and put a lot of thought in me, and it's really making me think a lot more today about something that I already think a lot about, and that's the understanding of knowing that God created all this and He gave us something to be able to, in reality, entertain ourselves without the need of needing some other sort of entertainment, such as the TV shows and music even and movies, but something to just entertain ourselves. If we have, what I'm going to say is nothing. If we have nothing around, we got no power, we got no electricity, we got no water systems going, we got nothing. We got no video games, we got no sports, we got nothing. But we still have something out here to be able to entertain ourselves. That's something that I believe is just absolutely incredible. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. And today I want to talk about something that I saw and I've been watching and I've been paying attention to, and that's some baby bunnies. Baby bunnies got me super fascinated because these are wild ones. They're just out here doing what they're doing and living how they living and surviving how they survive. And we've been having some serious rain coming out here, and they're still doing what they're doing. And it's absolutely amazing thing to be able to be a part of, to continue to keep watching. It's so cool, it's so fascinating to watch just something so small and so tiny, all on its own, out there in the middle of the field, just thriving and able to take care of itself. Because I watch these babies just keep on growing day by day. It's almost like day after day, they just get twice the size. It's absolutely amazing. To the point that today they finally open their eyes up and I'm sitting there looking at them like they look like bunnies at this point. It's super neat to be able to see something like that, to be able to be a part of something that's just completely different. Hey, Oreo, Johnny, be able to see something completely different than the normal. Be able to be a part of something that is just not of the same old that just I've been a part of out here, and being able to see a different animal, different species that is just super fascinating, and what it is that they do and how it is that they take care of what it is they take care of. That it's just it's fascinating to me because it's something that I've just really had to let some stress go of my own self this past couple of days of just studying these animals and just realizing if they're out there doing what they're doing, if they're taken care of, if they're still eating how they're eating, why should I need to worry about where it is my food comes from, where it is my housing is going to come from, where it is that anything of mine is going to be able to come from? Why should I put so much worry upon myself about all that when I could just see what's going on with just the nature out here, that God has created these animals and created these grasses and created these lands for these animals to be able to live. And it's such an interesting thing that they thrive. It's not like they only live. They didn't thrive at first when I first moved here, because whoever it was that lived here just decided, I want to take everything of living species out of here. All the birds, all. I took the snakes out myself, but not all the snakes, some of the snakes, only the rattlesnakes. I took the rattlesnakes out, and taking all the rabbits out. They just wanted to exterminate everything. They just had this need in them to just, I want to get it all out for my own pleasures. And that's something to me that is just very interesting, because it's super destructive to just, for your own pleasure, just to take everything out and hunt everything gone and make sure that nothing else is able to come back. So when I got here, I allowed everything to start to be able to grow. I allowed things to just have no worries about anything. I even isolated my dogs from going into certain areas so that they could just feel comfortable and feel confident and keep on doing what they're doing. And once they had a place to be nice and comforted and feel loved and feel respected and feel wanted and feel desired, they're able to just multiply insanely. And they're able to multiply and thrive with such just greatness behind them. That's something that I just want to really talk about with the concept of what I feel like personally in my life that God has been able to do and been able to provide for me. Been able to give me a, say, like, safe place to be, where He's not allowing the negative and the toxicity and the drama and the backlash to just come into me. He's removed all of that and is allowing me to be able to just really flourish in something that is absolutely amazing. He's been able to just take away all the things that were trying to hunt me down, things that were just trying to exterminate me, to get me out, to try to get me to quit, just get me to give up. He's removing all of that from me so that I can be able to just really excel on this planet and be able to put some good roots in, with being able to understand there's more out here than just worrying about trying to survive, worrying about just trying to live, that there's an absolute abundance out here. And when I've been able to get all that out and be able to be in a position and be able to be in a place to be able to flourish, I've come to realize there's a lot that I need to still even let go of that I worry about. There's a lot more that I really need to just settle down with and realize that everything is good to go. Because like how these bunnies are, they're good to go. I just watch them just keep getting bigger and bigger. It's fascinating, super fascinating to see. I'm gonna have to maybe put a little snippet of that at the beginning of this video so you can see what it is that I see that just, I've never seen this before. I've seen videos, I've seen pictures, but when you see something in your face, and I unfortunately picked a couple of them up because they're so cute, but when you hold them in your hand and they wiggling around and doing what they're doing, it's just something about that life, something about that growth, something about that experience that is just, you're never gonna ever forget it again. It's part of you, it's part of who you are, it's part of what you're gonna move forward with. And then seeing it just so blessed and so relaxed and so calm is something that is just so, it's absolutely amazing. And I just know that me, myself, and being able to be in the position that I am with what it is that I study and what it is that I believe in. Sorry, there's a cow down there. She's like snorting or something. It's kind of weird. But me being able to be in the same type of position that I see these bunnies in, where there's no chaos, there's nothing out to try to harm it. And I even put a land protector back. You got a donkey to protect them. So there's no coyotes coming, there's no raccoons coming, there's no mice even coming. There's no nothing coming because it's got a major protector. And that's what I feel like going on to what I want to talk about today is being able to have the understanding of knowing that that's how I see the spirit inside of me is. It's able to protect me. It's able to make sure that everything that wants to try to come in is not going to be able to come in. It's there to make sure that even if I do put myself in a sticky situation, somewhere where I kind of just shouldn't belong, where I shouldn't be, it allows me to be able to just be able to maneuver and be able to get around without having to get stuck and get consumed and getting swallowed into it. It allows me to be able to function on this planet without having to try to worry so much, because there's something there that's protecting me. And that's what my donkey is to that whole lot of land back there, for all those chickens, for everything back there. It's protecting everything 24/7. He's always on duty. So one thing I do like about the donkey over the dogs, that they are way different of a protection animal, that they dig deep. They look for pets and preys here and there, but it's very rare for them. They just look at you and they say hi from a distance and back to work, back to looking and doing what I was doing. It's something that's super fascinating about them. Hey, Oreo. And it's something that I just come to realize is what I see, how the Holy Spirit is inside of me. Something I read today is in the book of the 1 John, in the fourth chapter, all the way down to the 13th verse. And it says, "This is how we know that we live in him and he in us. He has given us his spirit, and we have seen and testified that the Father has sent his Son to be the Savior of the world. And if anyone acknowledges that Jesus is the Son of God, God lives in them and they in God. And so we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in them." I'm just gonna stop reading right there because that's just super fascinating to me, because it's just a big understanding of the concept of just, I know more about what it is that I, hey, Oreo, you bumping my camera, homie. Get down. Yep, right there. And it's just something that, Oreo down. It's something that is just super fascinating to me, because it's just, I can feel that presence. I can feel the presence of God inside of me, of being the Spirit inside of me, of being able to know that it's not just me by myself out here doing what I'm doing. I can feel it. It's internal, everything that comes into my body. When I go somewhere, I'm just like, I don't know about this. And I can feel the say rejection, but at the same time, I know that I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to stress over it. I don't need to put any of my energy into it. I could just move and skate through and be able to do what it is I need to do. I don't need to worry about something that I used to worry so much about, is eating certain foods and going to certain places and doing certain things. That I don't need to worry about that in reality, because I know that I have a protector that's able to keep on keeping me in the position that I need to be going in. And as long as I have that faith of knowing that, there's nothing, not nothing, but there's nothing, still not nothing, but nothing that's gonna, but not all nothing. There's still some things out here that can still happen, that can still, who knows what happens. But there's nothing out here that's just really gonna be able to get me to, and all y'all hit my camera today, homies. But there's nothing out here that's gonna really get me to just like stumble and fumble from what it is that I'm doing, and getting away from the game plan and the mission that I'm on, of constantly working on to be able to get myself out there, to make sure that more and more people can just have a better understanding of knowing who God is through me. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about Mark Anthony DeBose. Don't worry about this guy. Worry about what it is that I'm saying about who it is that's been able to help me, and how it's been able to help me, and how it's been able to guide me, and how it's been able to keep me to be so consistent and persistent and just willing and confident and just on point with what it is that I'm continuing to keep talking about. And that's the only thing that really matters. Who I am, what I am, I'm here for now, and I'm gonna go away. And just like there's hundreds of thousands of millions and billions and trillions of people that have been here and they've been gone. But there's one thing that's here, and it's gonna be here, and it's always gonna be here, and that's God, and that's Jesus. And then both of them been here. Jesus was alive on the planet for, say, a short period of time in comparison to the eternity of something that we just never could possibly even fathom. But it's a matter of understanding that he came here for a period of time to have to do something for us as human beings. Because in a way that I kind of look at it, it's almost like a human is going to say, well, I need to see something to actually believe something. And then God's like, I don't know how to be able to show you guys. So then God made something happen, and he put Jesus here. So he made something so that we can actually see something, so that we can stop being on the whole wishy-washy of I'm not sure and I don't knows, and I can't believe because I never saw it or I never been a part of it. And it's something that is just very fascinating. Oreo, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's something that's so fascinating because in reality we can prove the fact that someone was around and someone did something and someone did this and did that and didn't do this and didn't do that. And it's a matter of just doing some basic research for us as human beings. But for me, I don't even really need to do that research because the research has come to me and it's surrounded me and came into me with being able to do what it is that I'm able to do on a day-to-day basis. And what I'm able to still continue to keep on working on and still continue to keep on doing. That to me is proof enough of having a good understanding of knowing that what it is that I'm doing is on the right path. Am I perfect every day? No. Am I just so happy and so cheerful all the time every day? I don't want to be that personally because I want to know what happiness is. If I was always happy, I wouldn't know what happy is. So I prefer, this may sound messed up, but I prefer to be more on a overthinking, sad, confused state. So that when I do gain into that happiness, I get to just, what is it, exemplify? Is that a good word to use right there? I could just overexpress it, overappreciate it. I could just stay in it like, this is amazing, this is awesome. And then I can go back away from it so that I really do understand exactly what it is and exactly what's going on with me, as opposed to just not sure's and I don't knows. Because I do enjoy the happy sensations that come to me, and I appreciate when it happens and when it comes. And I want to continue to stay on that same sort of trajectory for me so that I'm not just always in it today, because that's not what I still have a good understanding of knowing is the purpose of, hey, Oreo, the purpose of what it is that we are out here doing today. You was all stickered up, homie. Down, everybody down. I don't know where you got all them stickers on you from. You got to get brushed out. Hi, Johnny. And it's just a very interesting thing that I just live on this planet and just keep on seeing, because I do watch things out here. They stress, they struggle, they have issues, they have problems, and then they have great things. And there's just one thing that I do know about the majority of all these animals out here, that when we as human beings, not for everybody, but at least the ones that I know and people that I know, that once we as human beings start to play with them, take care of them, and do everything that we do for them, they start to have a way better life on this planet. They start to just really be able to just experience more and have more and be greater. And that's the concept of what it is that I understand of who God is. I was out here struggling, I was out here working, I was out here slaving, I was out here worrying, I was out here stressing, I was out here living in depression, I was out here living in suicidal thoughts, I was out here living in a massive amount of anxiety, I was out here living in a extreme amount of doubt. But then something happened that has allowed me to be able to just get away from a lot of that, to be able to realize that you don't have to go that far down into a negative mindset, that you could just go a little bit and then be able to realize what is great out here. Because that before, in reality, I didn't understand any sort of greatness. And that's something that I'm working with a couple of dogs right now that really got me thinking a lot about the concept of, they thought that they were doing something that they wanted to do and liked to do and thought they even needed to do based on their instinct to do. But once they realized, like, no, we're going to dial that back a bit and show you a whole different world, the dog is absolutely just excelling exponentially at this point in a whole different way. And that's what it is that I want to be able to do on the planet with the same way, is being able to excel exponentially on this planet and not having to be in my feelings of like, I can't and I don't knows and I'm not sure's, of just doing what it is that I know that I need to do, and God being able to channel me and kind of put me into positions to be able to do what it is that's going to be able to make me excel the best on the planet. And with that, I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for a very interesting day. Hey, Oreo, you just being real pushy today. I just want to say thank you for being able to have the opportunity to be able to have this pushy dog with me right now, to just keep on trying to push my buttons and allow me to be able to figure out what it is that I need to do to make sure that that doesn't happen. But at the same time, I like it, because that lets me know that he's not a robot, and it lets me know that animals are free-thinking beings out here as well, just as much as we as human beings, and allows me to keep on work upon myself to make sure that I just keep on going, that there's never a day that everything is just done, everything is just good to go. Something in me just really, I'm just so thankful about that. And I don't know why there was something in me in a day and a time with me that just was saying that that's not the way it is, where I thought that I could just get it done and it was finished. But I've come to realize there's no such thing as anything on this planet like that. There's no plant that you plant that's just done. It's over with. No, you got to keep on working upon it and getting better at it, getting better at it. And that's just with everything that is with us in ourselves. And I'm so thankful to be able to understand that and know that, because it would be kind of stressful for me to feel like I got to a point and like, oh, good to go. And then I would have a little bit of irritation to say, oh no, see, what's going on with that? What's happening with that? It's like, no, we're constantly keep on working. We're constantly keep on going. We're constantly keep on getting ourselves into a better place, into a better state. And me being able to have the understanding of knowing what the Spirit's all about inside of me has allowed me to be able to keep on doing that, keep on pursuing that, keep on being about that, keep on moving forward in a way of making sure that I'm constantly working upon myself to be able to be in a better place than I was today, right now, and right even this second, that my next words after this second are going to be something that are going to be able to push me into a better place in the future, as opposed to just making me even stay the same, which is an all right best case scenario, but definitely not going into a destructive pattern of things that I used to do that really didn't bring any joy to me. It just really brought a whole lot of frustration to me. And it's very interesting for me today to just see a major difference of what it is that I'm able to do, where it is that I'm able to go, how it is I'm able to experience some things, what it is that I think about some things when I see some things, how I'm able to just keep on doing and functioning. And I'm just so thankful to keep on understanding and knowing and praying and worshiping God, my Jesus, to be able to make sure that I can continue to keep doing what it is that I'm doing and not have to struggle so much on my own. And at the same time, not thinking that it's all on my shoulders, that I have to do it, I have to maintain it, I have to figure it out, I have to get it done. It's just, that's not the case and that's not the way. At the same time, realizing that I'm just a simple human being out here, and it's not for me, for anybody to really praise and pay attention to. It's the words that I say to make sure that you're getting closer to the God that you want to be able to get closer to, the God that you want to be able to understand, the God that you want to be able to hear, the God that you want to be able to get into a better place with. That's all that matters. Thank you.